Hope you are doing well. Today, horror incident about unseen entity or demon. I knew this family that grew up on the shores of Lake Monroe in Indiana. They lived on site at a boat dock and managed the slips there. There were 3 sons living and working there with their mom. The boys and I were drinking around the campfire one night, and the eldest was telling me about how there was an abandoned town beneath the lake. Its citizens relocated and the valley flooded to form the reservoir for the wealthy to enjoy. I then asked for their spooky stories growing up on the lake. All 3 brothers immediately launched into an extremely detailed account of the haunting in the back room of their home. The room in question was a later addition to their log cabin. This bedroom was built later, probably in the 70s, kinda tacked onto the back with minimal insulation and cheap windows, raised on stilts to be level with the rest of the house. First they said this room was always colder than the rest of the house. I laughed and said that was normal for a cheap addition. They got serious and insisted that it could get cold enough in that room to see your breath even on warm summer nights. They had always found the room creepy, but it was their guests who had the real hellish nights there. Every time a guest stayed in the room, they always mentioned feeling a hostile or threatening presence. And some had even been woken by slaps, whispering, or hissing. Come morning, they often found guests had moved to the couch in the den. That felt a little anticlimactic, so I goaded them a lull. Surely they had a better story for me. That's when they told me about the ghost girl. Some nights, the 2 eldest brothers would go catfishing in the dark. That's how they first saw it, a pale, white light bobbing in the darkness along the shoreline. It flickered like fire but wasn't the right color, they said. It didn't stand out at the time, because they figured it was just another person noodling like they were. It wasn't till the morning that they realized that the person they'd seen had been halfway up the side of a sheer cliff, bobbing along at a walking pace. After that, they'd seen it many nights but didn't talk much about it. But one time while night fishing around 3 a.m., they finally decided to check it out a little closer. This time the light was bobbing along a low shoreline, so they approached in their fishing boat and called out to her from behind. They could see it was a girl or woman in a white nightgown, and that she was barefoot. She didn't stop or even slow down. Intrigued and probably horny, definitely dumb, they circled to get in front of her and greeted her again, asking if she needed help. They swore to me in that aggressive way that young men do when they're actually scared that it was a little girl in a white nightgown with no face. I was told this story in 2013 on the shores of Lake Monroe, Indiana, by a bunch of boys who had previously been trying to act macho and flirt with me. But when this topic came up, their demeanor palpably changed. I know the details aren't terrifying, but it was the delivery that got me. Either they had rehearsed for this their whole lives, or this was something that they had really experienced just a couple 100 feet from where we were sitting. It's my advice, if you ever visit, remember to be careful around the river and the forest, for the spirits there are hungry for fear. Always inquire about the house before moving. Keep yourself and others safe from any type of scary activity. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.